Good evening and welcome to News Channel 8. I'm Jerome Aegean. Here's what's happening in our territory. We have breaking news to report this evening as the Schneider Hospital scandal continues to unravel. News Channel 8's Lee Carl files this report.
Well, it was a long time coming, but according to the information we received, as of today, the Inspector General's office confirmed that letters were sent via the Attorney General's office indicating to 4 persons that they should turn themselves in. Amos Carty, Rodney Miller, June Adams, and Mr. Peter Najewicz. They are the 4 people that were brought up on charges or will be indicted in charges surrounding the situation at the Roy Lester Schneider Hospital or the Schneider Regional Medical Center. I think the charges have been talked about over and over again, so I don't have to repeat them at this point. The Inspector General has indicated that the letters were sent out and these persons were told to report in that they were wanted for under indictments that will be issued shortly. Now, no word at this point as I'm talking to you because it's earlier in the day, but the indications are that by 3 or 3:30, those persons will have either reported or have been told to report or will be picked up. They were not arrested per se. They were told to report for this situation, and that is the information we have now. I understand the Attorney General's office will have a press conference covering this on Friday. Rather interesting as the Attorney General has a press conference tomorrow dealing with another matter other than that. So that is the story as I speak to you early in the day on the matter of 4 persons being that were indicted on federal charges, mismanagement of funds and the like. They are Amos Carty, the CEO, Rodney Miller, the former CEO, June Adams, board chair, and also the chief financial officer, Peter Najewicz. So we'll have to wait and see, and we should have more on this for you a little later. In St. Thomas, Lee Carl from News Channel 8.
In other news, the $1 trillion bailout was passed by the U.S. Congress has caused a lot of criticism and has put the U.S. Virgin Islands in a negative light as well. News Channel 8's Wes Small has the details.
And today we are in our delegate to Congresswoman's office, Donna Christensen, and we are talking about the fact that when I turned on CNN the other night, from the number 2 line there, it said bailout, pork barrel, and I saw Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico rum tax. I'm like, what? How did we get in this? And of course, y'all had to vote. And did you vote exactly, or tell us about that?
No, I didn't vote on the final passage. There was nothing in committee of the whole on that. Every year, there's a package of extenders that needs to be passed. It's a must pass. We always have trouble getting them passed, but our rum cover over money, the money that we depend on for capital projects and for some government operations, is in that extender package. It wasn't always in the extender package. We used to have to pass that as an individual appropriation every year. And that was extremely difficult. So we were, since I've been in, we were successful in getting it into the extenders package. Normally the extenders package is something that press doesn't pay much attention to. Of course, there are a lot more interest groups that are looking more closely at what is being passed since all of the hoopla over earmarks and so forth over the last couple of years. But what we try to do with the extended package is to put it into anything that's moving, any must-pass legislation. We were planning to do an economic stimulus package, a second one, and that's where it was originally. We have not been able to get that done yet. And so several of the measures that were to have been in that economic stimulus package either went into the continuing resolution or went into this economic recovery package. And so there was a lot of scrutiny on it. There was a lot of scrutiny, and so they saw that. We did work very hard to correct the image. We sent press releases out to all press, not just local press, but all of the national media, CNN, all of the TV media. And lo and behold, guess what happened? CNN apologized. So after they did all of that pork barrel stuff on the news, on Saturday night, I was listening to CNN, and they actually apologized and then explained, and I'd heard them explain it on a previous program, what the rum cover-over for the Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico actually was. So they took our press release, They corrected what they had said, and then they actually apologized.
Wow.
Yes.
That's important.
Yes.
Congresswoman, tell me something. Like if you should go in mortgage deficit and you lose your home, there's no one to bail you out. The little guy, he actually could be homeless or just have to give up his property and his home. We're seeing it all the time, not only in the United States, but even right here in the Virgin Islands because of WAPA and other things, the war and so forth. But why should we bail out these millionaires on Wall Street, when the little guy can't even make ends meet? It seems so unfair. And is it possible that we can get some of these tax dollars back in the future, like with some type of investment procedure to make sure that golden parachutes don't exist?
Oh, the bill prohibits golden parachutes. The bill that was passed and signed by the president prohibits golden parachutes. It puts limits on executive pay. It provides some oversight, and it is intended to also provide, in this bill, coupled with another piece of legislation that Maxine Waters had sponsored, which passed and is signed, to provide help for those who are having problem with their mortgages. Now, that's primarily geared to those who were suckered into the subprime mortgage market. But we are very aggressively looking at how we can help some of our people who are in trouble, who are not subprime lenders, but who have also run into problems because the economy has been bad here for quite some time. I also wanted to add one other thing on the rum issue, though. There was a move by Republicans to remove that rum provision from the economic recovery package. There was a lot of talk about taking it out. And on the Thursday before the bill passed, I spent just about all of my day working on that issue to ensure that it remained in. They actually tried to amend it out in the Rules Committee, and we were able to beat that back, and it lost. And then there were no further amendments. It was a closed rule, so there wouldn't be any further amendments. Once it lost in rules, we were sure we were okay. But we had to work very hard on Thursday to make sure that didn't catch a fire.
Good catch. And you got a good staff, too, by the way. I know you're very proud of them.
Very good.
Not only here, but also up at the Capitol.
Sure. Couldn't do what we do without the staff.
All right. Way to go, Doc. Just checking on you, making sure you're doing the right thing. And it looks like she is. That's our delegate to Congress. She's hard at work. And we're talking about that pork barrel issue. And I'm glad she cleared that all up. They apologize. All right, for CNN. Good deal. Here we are at the delegate's office. I'm Wes Small for News Channel 8.